What's up with you and the boy Troy Ave? Because you go hard for him. Why don't you like Troy Ave or at least appreciate what he's done? Because I do honestly feel like he's at least shined the light on New York that allow other people to flourish.
I don't feel that way at all. I feel Troy Ave is a hustler and he's a grinder. Anytime I speak to a rapper, I compare what they do to Troy Ave. I say, listen, you know Troy Ave work harder than you. And that's why he gonna win. Don't let his work ethic outshine your talent. And I always tell that to different people, just people, period, because I admire his grind. I seen Troy Ave selling CDs in 2004. I had a argument with him about to fight him because he was trying to.
We have new details and chilling video tonight of that deadly shooting at a rap concert in Manhattan last night. The rapper known as Troy Ave, now charged with attempted murder. He is seen on video coming into a VIP area of the concert and then opening fire. One person killed, 3 wounded, including Troy Ave himself, because he accidentally shot himself.
Rowdy Nation TV, welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor, guys. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so anytime I drop a video, you guys can be notified. Let's get to it.
A Brooklyn man's charged in connection with last May's deadly shooting at a Manhattan concert. Police say they arrested 31-year-old Daryl Campbell for his role and charged him with criminal possession of a weapon. He's known as TAXSTONE and hosts a hip-hop podcast called Tax Season. The shooting happened during a show by rapper T.I. at Irving Plaza. Ronald McFadder was killed and 2 others injured, including Brooklyn rapper Troy Ave, whose real name is Roland Collins. He was charged with attempted murder in the shooting, pleaded not guilty, and is out on bail. Collins was also shot in a separate incident last month in Brooklyn.
Okay, we back. That's a lot to unravel, but I hope we got caught up. For you guys who didn't know about this case happened, like I said, in 2016 in New York City. Now that brings us up to date. Troy Ave has just taken a stand in TAXSTONE's murder in his murder trial. That's right. This trial has taken almost 7 years to come to fruition. Now, he recounted the moments that led to the fatal shootout at T.I.'s concert in 2016 at Irving Plaza. Troy Ave had his day in court on Monday, March 13th, testifying that he shot simply out of fight or flight response after the popular podcaster allegedly shot at him first. It is fight or flight for me always. I'm going to fight because at that point you could die. That's what Troy Ave reportedly has told the Manhattan Supreme Court. I'd rather die fighting. People die from leg shots. I'd rather die fighting than laying on the ground. Describing the situation, he said, when the shot goes off, I see the light from the spark and I hear the shot. This is all happening so fast, I get up, I start fighting TAXSTONE, trying to take him, trying to take the gun, and another shot goes off. I put up my leg and I kind of block that shot from hitting me in the face or in the chest. Now, Troy Ave also said that he was able to wrestle the gun away from TAXSTONE's hands, but then it misfired, and that's when he noticed his bodyguard laying face down on the ground, Ronald Banger McFadder, who was pronounced dead in the aftermath. Now, 2 bystanders were also wounded. Now, that's what I was talking about. When the case first started, all they had was that video, that clip I showed you in the beginning, and all they had was Troy Ave, coming out. You can see him in the beginning of the clip right here shooting, but then as the story unravels, we find out that him and TAXSTONE had an altercation in the back in the green room, right? And then this beef between these 2 guys have been going on. It's a public beef because TAXSTONE on Tax Season, he will always talk about it. He said that any rapper or anybody, and I think he was at the time was specifically referring to Troy Ave, that if anybody walked up on him and if there's any word said, I'm gonna take that as a threat and it's pow 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 pow. He said that out of his own mouth, and I think they used that in court against him, right? So tell me, guys, tell me, how do you feel about Troy Ave taking the stand against the podcaster, former podcaster TAXSTONE and Tax Season, the host of Tax Season? If you guys haven't seen Tax Season, I suggest you go pull that. They still have clips of it on YouTube. Go pull that podcast up, Tax Season. Like I said, he was on his way up. He was about to be a real big mega star. And as far as this podcast goes, podcast goes. You know what I'm saying? He had Joe Budden on his podcast, interviewing him before Joe Budden even had a podcast. And if you people don't know, Joe Budden has a very, very popular podcast now. But just that's all I have for you right now. That trial is going on as we speak, and Troy Ave has taken a stand. And a lot of people say that he shouldn't take the stand and he's going against the code because he's a gangster rapper. And gangster rappers, if you're in that field, you shouldn't be so-called snitching or telling the police about what happens in the streets. You know, I'm not here to judge this brother whether he should tell or not. That was his mans that got killed. That was his man that was out there trying to protect him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to each its own. But like I said, he did take the stand and testify against TAXSTONE, who has already, like you've seen in that clip, already has been sentenced to, I believe, like about 20 years. Now, for Troy Ave's testimony, he's going to receive a 1-year prison sentence for his involvement in the Irving Plaza shooting, in which he was only defending himself, right? Like I said, he was only defending himself, and he's testifying, and he's going to get a 1-year sentence for his testimony. How do you guys feel about that? Leave me a comment in my comment section and tell me how you feel about that. So, when the verdict comes out, I'll probably touch up again on it. Probably, you know, come back and give you guys the verdict on what happened with TAXSTONE. It's a shame, man, but you know, because he was very funny. He had a very good podcast. I used to listen to the brother all the time. I suggest you people, if you should go check him out. You know what I'm saying? I think you might enjoy. I think with TAXSTONE, people either love him or hate him, but he was always interesting to listen to. The name of his podcast is called Tax Season. It's still on YouTube. You can catch it on YouTube. That's all I got for you guys right now. Like I said, if I hear any more about this trial when the verdict comes down, I'll let you guys know. Rowdy Nation TV, once again, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so anytime I drop a video, you guys can be notified. We out.